morning. We're going to begin with the poetry recitation. So we're going to begin now.
Homework machine, oh homework machine, the most perfect contraption that's ever been seen. Just put in your homework, then drop in a dime, snap on a switch in 10 seconds time. Your homework comes out quick and clean as can be. Here it is, 9 plus 4, and the answer is 3. 3. Oh me, I guess it's not as perfect as I thought it would be.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She would scour the pots, scrape the pans, candy the yams, and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window, and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, globby glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crust with withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crust of black burned buttered toast, grizzly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled down the hall, it raised the roof and broke the wall. With greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk with crust of pie, moldy melons dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold french fries with rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that finally touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally, Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate, and in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that cannot now relate, 'cause the hour's much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out.
Jolly old St. Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say. Christmas Eve is coming soon, now you dear old man. Whisper what you'll bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney bright and black with your sack of creep, all the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one, now you're sure to know. Johnny wants a pair of skates, Susie wants a sled, Nellie wants a picture book, yellow, blue, and red. Now I think I'll leave to you what to give the rest. Choose for me, dear Santa Claus, you will know the best.
Hey, black child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know that you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey, black child, do you know where you're going, where you're really going? Do you know that you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, black child, do you know that you're strong? I mean really strong. Do you know that you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, black child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do, and tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be.
I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut. My eyes are blue. It might be asthmatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is strong. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is. What? What's that? What's that you say? You said today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play.
O suns and skies and clouds of June and flowers of June together, ye cannot rival for 1 hour October's bright blue weather. When loud the bumblebees make haste, belated, thriftless, vagrant, and goldenrod is dying fast, and lancet grapes are fragrant. When gentians roll their fingers tight to save them for the morning, and chestnuts fall from satin burrs without a sound of warning. When on the ground red apples lie in piles like jewels shining, and redder still on old stone walls are leaves of woodbine twining. When all the lovely wayside things their white-winged seeds are sowing, and in the fields still green and fair late athens are growing. When springs run low and on the brooks in idle golden freighting, brightly sink noises in the hush of woods for winter waiting. When comrades seek sweet country haunts by twos and twos together, and count like misers hour by hour October's bright blue weather. O sun and sky and flowers of June, count all your boasts together. Love loveth best of all the year October's bright blue weather.
My father gets quite mad at me. My mother gets upset when they catch me watching our new television set. My father yells, "Turn that thing off." Mom says, "It's time to study. I'd rather watch my favorite TV show with my best buddy." I sneak down after homework and turn the set on low, but when she sees me watching it, my mother yells out, "No." Dad says, "If you don't turn that thing off, I'll hang it from a tree." I'd rather doubt he'll do it. He watches more than me. He watches sports all weekend and weekday evenings too, while munching chips and pretzels during the zoo. So if he ever got the nerve to hang it from a tree, he would spend a lot of time up there watching it with me.
A dog wandered into our garden one day. A friendly old mud didn't look like a stray. We never discovered whence he had come, but we brushed him and fed him, and the kids called him Rum. Now as a family member, even dogs must work hard, so we put Rum on duty next door in our yard. Bright-eyed and watchful by night and by day, not much of a guard dog, I'm sorry to say. He barked at the cats, he barked at a toad, he barked at the cattle outside on the road, he barked at the horses, so where did he fail? You see, Rum like people, and he just wagged his tail. He liked the yard laboring, an amiable bunch. They fed our dog tidbits and scraps from their lunch. Rum wolfed it all down, but to our dismay, he seemed to get fatter with each passing day. One night when Rum was laid at his ease, a burglar crept in just as quiet as you please. He saw no alarms, heard no siren howling, no guard dog for sure there'd be barking and growling. But Rum was awake and he saw 'em all right, delighted with company this time of the night. He flew through the yard for his new friend to greet, but as we bowed, the burglar right off his feet. Then Shooter got up and ran off with a will, Rum still behind him, wagging his tail. He departed the yard, he'd come into burgle, like a champion athlete clearing a hurdle. But Rum couldn't jump gates, so sadly instead, he picked up the thief's wallet and went back to bed. Next morning, the evidence that everyone viewed when Rum brought it to us just a little bit chewed. Once given the wallet, the police didn't fail to capture the burglar and put him in jail. His confession like wildfire spread through the town, how a big vicious guard dog knocked the thief down. We all howled with laughter once we heard the story. Rum was our hero, he was basking in glory. There has been no attempts to burgle our yard, since everyone knows that Rum is on guard.
A woman was waiting at the airport one night with several long hours. Before her flight, she hunted for a book at the airport shops, bought a bag of cookies, and found a place to drop. She was engrossed in her book, but happened to see a man sitting beside her, as bold as could be, grabbed a cookie or two from the bag in between, which she tried to ignore to avoid a sense. So she munched the cookies and watched the clock. As she gutsy cookies stuffed in her stomach, she was getting more irritated as the man ticked by. Think his fan wasn't so nice out black in his eye. With each cookie she took, he took 1, 2. When only one was left, she wondered, what would he do? With a smile on his face and a nervous laugh, he took the last cookie and broke in half. He offered her half as he ate the other. She snatched it from him and thought, oh brother, this guy has some nerve, and he's also rude. Why did he even show any gratitude? She had never known that she had been so gay in sudden relief. When her flight was caught, she gathered her belongings and headed to the gate, refusing to look back at the evening grate. She boarded in the plane and sank in her seat. She sewed her book, which was almost complete. As she reached in her baggage, she gasped with surprise. There was her bag of cookies in front of her eyes. She moaned in despair. The other's was his, and he tried to share. Too late to apologize, to release the grave. That was the ruin to being great. Thank you, and have a nice day.
And that concludes the third grade portion of our poetry recitation this morning. Let's give them all a round of applause. Our fourth grade students are now making their way onto the stage.
Imagine everybody go along with everyone else. Imagine world peace. Imagine people look past the color of your skin. Imagine a world without a clock. Imagine mean people didn't exist. Imagine less hate. Imagine love lasted forever. Imagine nobody felt alone. Imagine God was all everybody needed. Imagine a clean world without pollution where we can breathe. Why can't we dream? Tell me, why can't we imagine all these incredible possibilities?
It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you'll risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been open to life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own. without looking to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own. If you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful. Be realistic. Remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty, even when it's not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine. And still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you'll stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the glorious sun is set, when the grass with dew is wet, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle all the night. In the dark blue sky you keep it, often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. As your bright and tiny spark guides the traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I bought a Maserati and a new Mercedes-Benz, plus a brand new Lamborghini I could show out to my friends. I purchased a Ferrari and an Aston Martin too, a Porsche, a Jaguar, and a BMW. I have them all delivered to my mansion in the hills. I like to sit and look at them and imagine their thrills. For those who want to be the richest not yet alive, I am sure I would like it better if I'm old enough to drive.
The other night, about 2 o'clock, or maybe it was 3, an elephant with shining tusks came chasing after me. His trunk was waving in the air and spouting jets of steam, and he was out to eat me up, but I still didn't scream, or let him see that I was scared, a better thought I had. I just escaped from where I was and crawled in bed with Dad. One time there was a giant. It was horrible to see. He had 3 heads and 20 arms, and he came after me. And red-hot fire came from his mouth, and every hand was red. And he declared he'd grind my bones and make them into bread. But I was just too smart for him, and pulled him might bad. Before his head could collar me, I crawled in bed with Dad. I ain't scared of nothing that comes pestering me at night. Once I was chased by 40 ghosts, all shimmering in white. And I just raced them around the room and laid and think maybe I'd stop and rest a while when they could capture me. Then they leapt onto my bed. Oh gee, but they were mad to find that I had slipped away and crawled in bed with Dad. No giants, ghosts, or elephants have dared to come in there, 'cause if they did, he'd beat 'em up and chase them to their lair. They only hang around children's rooms and snap and snarl and bite and laugh if they can make 'em yell for help with all their might. But I don't ever yell out loud. I'm not that sort of lad. I'll slip out from the covers and crawl in bed with Dad.
Backward Bill, he lived way up on Backward Hill, which is really a hole in the sandy ground, but that's a hill turned upside down. Backward Bill got a backward shack with a big front porch that's built out back, where you walk through the window and look out the door, and the cellar's up at the very top floor. Backward Bill rides like the wind, don't know where he's going, but sees where he's been. His spurs, they go neigh, and his horses, they go clank, and his 6-gun goes nab and never goes bang. Backward Bill has a backward pup. They eat their supper when the sun comes up, and he's got a wife named Backwards Lil. She's my own true hate, said Backward Bill. Backward Bill wears his hat on his toes and puts his underwear over his clothes. And every payday he pays his boss and rides off a-smiling and carrying his hoss.
In England, once there lived a big and wonderfully clever pig. To everybody, it was plain that piggy had a massive brain. He worked out sums inside his head. There was no book he hadn't read. He knew what made an airplane fly. He knew how engines worked and why. He knew all this, but in the end, one question drove him round the bend. He simply couldn't puzzle out what life was really all about. What was the reason for his birth? Why was he placed upon this earth? His giant brain went round and round. Alas, no answer could be found. Till suddenly, one wondrous night, on a flash he saw the light. He jumped up like a ballet dancer and yelled, "By gum, I've got the answer! They want my bacon slice by slice to sell at a tremendous price. They want my tender juicy chops to put in all the butcher shops. They want my pork to make a roast, and that's the part'll cost the most. They want my sausages and strings. They even want my chitterlings. The butcher shop, the carving knife, that is the reason for my life." Such thoughts as these are not designed to give a pig great peace of mind. Next morning, in comes Farmer Bland, a pail of pig's swill in his hand, and Piggy, with a mighty roar, bashes the farm to the floor. Now comes the rather grisly bit, so let's not make too much of it, except that you must understand that Piggy did eat Farmer Bland. He ate him up from head to toe, chewing the pieces nice and slow. It took an hour to reach the feet, because there was so much to eat. And when he finished, Pig, of course, felt absolutely no remorse. Slowly, he scratched his brainy head, and with a little smile, he said, "I had a fairly powerful hunch that he might have me for his lunch. And so, because I feared the worst, I thought I'd better eat him first. Thank you."
Fearless Frederick had some hot sauce, and it set his mouth afire. It made flames fly from his nostrils and his upper lip perspire. It ignited all his taste buds. It made steam shoot out his ears. He turned redder than a stop sign. He burst out in boiling tears. He was hopping on the table. He was running round the room. His hair began to sizzle, and his face began to fume. He tried sucking in a popsicle and gargling in the sink. He drank everything he found inside the fridge that he could drink. He tried glugging tubs of ice cream. He poured ice cubes on his head, but it didn't help to quench a flaming mouth of Fearless Fred. He tried all that he could think of to exterminate the blaze. Why, he even stuck his tongue inside a jar of mayonnaise. At last, when his mouth was cooled by bucket loads of water, the first thing that he said was, "May I please have something hotter?"
Homework. I love you. I think that you're great. It's wonderful fun when you keep me up late. I think you're the best when I'm totally stressed, preparing and cramming all night for a test. Homework. I love you. What more can I say? I love to do hundreds of problems each day. You boggle my mind and you make me go blind, but I'm still ecstatic that you are assigned. Homework. I love you. I tell you, it's true. There's nothing more fun or exciting to do. You're never a chore, for it's you I adore. I wish our teacher would hand you out more. Homework. I love you. You thrill me inside. I'm filled with emotions and I'm fit to be tied. I cannot complain when you frazzle my brain. Of course, that's because I'm completely insane.
Our fifth grade students are preparing.
I started on my homework, but my pen ran out of ink. My hamster ate my homework. The computer's on the blink. I tripped and dropped my homework in the soup my mom was cooking. My brother flushed it down the toilet when I wasn't even looking. My mother read my homework through the washer and the dryer. An airplane crashed to our house. My homework caught on fire. Tornadoes blew my notes away. Volcanoes rocked our town. My books was taken hostage by an evil killer clown. Some aliens abducted me. I had a shark attack. A pirate swiped my homework and refused to give it back. I worked on these excuses so darn long, my teacher said. I think you'll find it easier to do the work instead.
Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry, the bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and carnivorous. The bear said, Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat you. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and straightened her hair out. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. Once in a night, black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was crossed and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth were sprinkled. Ho, ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed. I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no range. She showed no rancor. But she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued, self-reliant. The giant was hairy, the giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled on her Z-bag that she always fed off. And when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk of coughs and chills. The doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, swallow this and it'll make you well. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. Thank you.
The tires on my bike are flat. The sky is grouchy gray. At least it sure feels like that since Hannah moved away. Chocolate ice cream tastes like prunes. Decembers come to stay. They've taken back the Mays and Junes since Hannah moved away. Flowers smell like halibut. Velvet feels like hay.
Every handsome dog.
Every handsome dog's a mutt since Hannah moved away. Nothing's fun to laugh about. Nothing's fun to play. They call me, but I won't come out since Hannah moved away. When I'm an old lady, I live with each kid. It brings so much happiness, just as they did. I want to pay back all of the joy they provided, returning each deed. Oh, they'll be so excited. When I'm an old lady and live with my kids, around the walls with reds, whites, and blues, and bounce on the furniture, wearing my shoes. I'll drink from the carton and then leave it out, and stuff all the toilets, and oh, how they'll shout. When I'm an old lady and live with my kids, when they're on the phone and just out of reach, I'll get into things like sugar and bleach. Oh, they'll snap their fingers and then shake their head. And when that is done, I'll hide under the bed. When I'm an old lady and live with my kids, when they cook dinner and call me to eat, I would not eat my green beans or salad or meat. I'll gag at my okra, spill milk on the table, and when they get angry, I'll run, oh, if I'm able.
When I'm an old lady and live with my kids, I'll sit close to TV. The channels I'll click. I'll cross both eyes just to see if they'll stick. I'll take off my socks and throw one away and play in the mud to the end of the day. When I'm an old lady and live with my kids and lay in bed, I'll lay back inside. I'll thank God in prayer and then close my eyes. My kids will look down with a smile, slowly creeping, and say with a groan, she's so sweet when she's sleeping. Thank you.
The most important thing we've learned so far as children are concerned is never, never, never let them near a television set. Or better still, just don't install the idiotic thing at all. In almost every house we've been, we've watched them gape at the screen. They loll and slop and lunge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Last week in someone's place, we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor. They sit and stare and stare and sit until they're hypnotized by it, till they're absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Oh yes, we know it keeps them still. They don't climb out of the windowsill. They don't fight, kick, or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what this does to your beloved tot? It rots the sense in the head. It kills imagination dead. It clogs and clutters up the mind. It makes a child so dull and blind, he can no longer understand a fantasy of fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese. His powers of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. All right, you'll cry. All right, you'll say. But if we take the set away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? Please explain. We'll answer this by asking you, what used the dying ones to do? How used to keep themselves contented before this monster was invented? Have you forgotten? Don't you know? We'll say it very loud and slow. They used to read. They'd read and read and read and read and then proceed to read some more. Great Scott, gadzooks! One half their lives was reading books. Nursery shelves held books galore. Books cluttered up the nursery floor. And in the bedroom, by the bed, more books are waiting to be read. Such wondrous, fine, fantastic tales of dragons, gypsies, queens, and whales, of treasure isles and distant shores where smugglers rode with muffled oars, and pirates wearing purple pants, sailing ships and elephants, and cannibals crouching round the pot, stirring away at something hot. It smells so good. What can it be? Good gracious, it's Penelope! The younger ones had Beatrix Potter and Mr. Todd, the dirty rotter, and Squirrel Nutkin and Pigling Blam, and Mrs. Tiggywinkle, and just how the camel got his hump, and how the monkey lost his rump, and Mr. Toad, and bless my soul, there's Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole. Oh, books, what books they used to know, those children living long ago. So please, oh please, we beg, we pray, go throw your TV set away. And in its place, you can install a lovely bookshelf on the wall. Then fill the shelves with lots of books, ignoring all the dirty looks. The screams, the yells, the bites, the kicks, the children hit with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two of having nothing else to do, they'll now begin to feel the need of having something to read. And once they start, oh boy, you'll slowly watch the growing joy that fills their hearts. They'll grow so keen, they'll wonder what they'd ever seen in that ridiculous machine, that nauseating, foul, unclean, repulsive television screen. And later, each and every kid will love you more for what you did.
Homework, oh homework, I hate you, you stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If
only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, go homework, you're giving me fits. I'd rather take baths with a man-eating shark or wrestle a lion alone in the dark, eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, than tackle the homework my teacher assigns. Homework, go homework, you're last on my list. I simply can't see why you even exist. If you just disappeared, it would tickle me pink. Homework, oh homework, I hate you. You stink. I'll tell you the story of Clooney the Clown, who worked in a circus that came through town. His shoes were too big and his hat was too small, but he just wasn't funny at all. He had a trombone to play loud, silly tunes. He had a green dog and 1,000 balloons. He was floppy and sloppy and skinny and tall. But he just wasn't funny at all. And every time he did a trick, everyone felt a little sick. And every time he told a joke, folks sighed as if their hearts were broke. And every time he lost a shoe, everyone looked awfully blue. And every time he stood on his head, everyone screamed, "Go back to bed." And every time he made a leap, everybody fell asleep. And every time he ate his tie, everyone began to cry. And Clooney could not make any money simply because he was not funny. One day he said, "I'll tell this town how it feels to be an unfunny clown." And he told them all why he looked so sad, and he told them all why he felt so bad. He told of pain and rain and cold. He told of darkness in his soul. And after he finished his tale of woe, did everyone cry? Oh, no, no, no. They laughed until they shook the trees with ha-ha-ha's and he-he-he's. They laughed with howls and meows and shrieks. They laughed all day. They laughed all week. They laughed until they had a fit. They laughed until their jackets split. The laughter spread for miles around to every city, every town, over mountains, across the seas, from St. Tropez to Munsanee. And soon the whole world rang with laughter, lasting till forever after. While Clooney stood in the circus tent with his head drooped low and his shoulders bent, and he said, "That is not what I meant. I'm funny just by accident." And while the world laughed outside, Clooney the Clown sat down and cried.
"I cannot go to school today," said little Peggy Ann McKay. "I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be the instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure if my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankle sprained, my appendix pains each time it rains. My brain is strunk, I cannot hear, there's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is white. What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
"I cannot go to school today," said little Peggy Ann McKay. I got the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind on my right eye. Wait, it's this one. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I counted 16 chicken pox. There's one more that's 17. Don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be asthmatic flu. I cough, I sneeze, I gasp, and I choke. And I'm very sure my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankles sprained. My appendix pain each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a slither in my thumb.
My neck is stiff.
My neck is stiff. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain has shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart. What? What's that? What that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm out to play.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Or are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk, I've got oil wells pumping in my living room, just like moons, like suns with the century of tide, just like hope spring high. Still, I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bow head, lowered eyes, shoulders fall like a teardrop, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh, I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me down with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise, up from the huts of history shame. I rise, up from a past I rotted in pain. I rise, I'm a black ocean, leaping wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gift that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple mumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be the asthmatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is. What? What's that? What's that, you say? You say today is Saturday?
Oh, goodbye. I'm going out to play.
And this concludes the poetry recitation part of our program for our 5th grade students. Let's give them all a round of applause. We're going to take a few moments to set up for the drama competition. Our first performance will be given by students from Live Oak Elementary School, and the title of their play is The Mill Must Go On.
It's early Saturday morning. Grandma Josephine and Grandpa Joe are still asleep. And in the refrigerator, the food is chatting.
I can't wait for dinner.
The traditional main dish.
So I must be the best. In fact, I am the best.
Turkey?
Yes.
You think you're so important, but you're nothing without me. The tasty stuffing.
Tasty stuffing.
Even the dog Sparky doesn't like you.
But a family gathering just wouldn't be the same without me. Mashed potatoes are always everyone's favorite. You all think you're so important, but they always say the best and sweetest for last. You're not the only one who can taste sweet, you know. You guys may be sweet, but I'm the favorite. Shh. Hello? Joe!
What now?
I must be getting old. I could have sworn I heard someone talking to them.
You are getting old. Better start cooking. The guests will be arriving soon.
What do you mean I'm getting old? Don't you mean we are getting old?
Nope, you. Later that day, the guests are arriving. Honey, I heard the doorbell.
Go get it then. Don't leave me out in the cold.
Oh, this woman.
Happy holidays! Hi, Grandpa. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa. Hi, Grandma. Oh, wait, it smells wonderful in here.
Yes, it does. Outside. Look, even the dog Sparky is excited about dinner.
Come on, Sparky. Dinner's almost ready. Do you need help with the food, Grandma? I'll help too. Come on, girls. This food looks great. Let's eat.
Dinner is finally over. And it's time to compliment the cooking. That meal was great.
Wasn't the turkey delicious?
It was especially good with the mashed potatoes.
The cranberry sauce ties it all together.
It just wouldn't be a great dinner without the pumpkin pie.
If one part of it was missing, it just wouldn't have been as good. You're right. Every part of the meal was important. Now let's go watch some football.
from Mansfield Elementary School. The title of their play is Haste Makes Waste.
Haste makes waste.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Wright. I'm Laura.
I am the narrator.
I'm Alex. I am Mr. Turner.
And I'm Mrs. Turner.
Alex lives at home with his family. He has a large sunny bedroom all to himself. The problem is he hates the color. It's too bright and it gives him a headache. So he decided to repaint it himself. As he gets ready to start, his parents give him some last-minute tips and instructions.
Do you need anything, dear?
Thanks, Mom. I've got everything I need. Take a good look at these old walls. You won't even recognize them the next time you see them.
Just make sure you put a tarp down before you put sheets over the furniture.
And don't forget to put masking tape around the windows.
Don't worry, I'll do a good job.
You're sure you don't want any help?
Positive.
All right, then. We'll be in the backyard working on the garden. Call us if you need anything.
Good morning.
Also getting ready to paint your masterpiece?
I sure am. Want to help me stir the paint? Shouldn't you have something covering the floor? And what about the furniture? I haven't even moved away from the walls yet. I haven't got time for all that. I want to get this finished in time to go to the movies later on today.
Remember what they say, haste makes waste.
And time is money. That's another proverb for you. Speaking of which, the clock is ticking. You better not get paint on anything. Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Alex painted his whole room in less than 2 hours. He splattered paint all over the carpet in the process. At the rate he was going, it's a wonder he didn't get paint on the furniture, too. When his parents came to check in on him, they were not amused.
Alex, this is a disaster. Just look at this carpet.
Didn't we tell you to put a tarp down? Yeah, but no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You let you do this on your own under the condition that you do it properly.
Now what are you going to do?
Doesn't bother me. I just won't look at it.
Well, it bothers us and this is our house.
Suppose that I'll have to replace the carpet. Now that I look at it, I can see that I need to tidy up the paint job on some of these walls too. That would be the responsible thing to do.
I guess you'll have to get a part-time job. You don't have enough money of your own to buy a new carpet.
How much does a new carpet cost? You'll have to figure all that out yourself. Here's a telephone book.
To Alex's great shock, he learned that it would cost over $300 to replace the carpet. Added to the cost of the paint, it would come to about $400. Alex's real dilemma was how to earn all that money. So his sister helped him look through the want ads in the local newspaper.
This one says they're looking for a pet sitter. What does a pet sitter do?
Watch pets, silly.
That sounds boring. Keep looking, please. Oh, how about this one? A house painter? You must be kidding. Well, at least your one's not done. You can put that on your application. Very funny. I don't see anything else in here. It's worth a try, Alex. I hear that house painters make good money. Did I hear money? As in, cha-ching. Would you hand me the telephone?
Alex got an interview set up for the very next day. He was eager to show his parents that he could be responsible. The painter's name was Mrs. Wright.
Can you tell me what you know about painting and carpentry?
Well, I know that preparation is half the job. You have to be sure to put something down on the floor and take the window frames, or else you could get paint on something. That would be a disaster.
Have you had the job before?
Well, not exactly.
I'm sorry, but we're looking for someone with previous experience with painting and carpentry.
Well, when I said that I've never had a job, I meant that I've never had a paid job. I've actually done a lot of different jobs at home. You can ask my parents. They've taught me a lot about how to do things the right way.
Well, since you put it that way, perhaps you can make an exception. You know this is just a part-time job for the summer, right?
That suits me perfectly, since I have to go back to school in September anyway.
All right, then. It's settled. I'll see how you do tomorrow.
That night, Alex told his family the good news at the dinner table.
I gave you and Dad as my references, so Mrs. Wright will call you tonight. As a matter of fact, she already did. You told her that you're a good worker who's willing to learn from his mistakes. Thanks, Dad. How much are you going to make? I'll make $7 an hour. How long will it take me to make enough money for painting and carpeting in the room?
Calculate it. How many hours a week will you work?
5 hours a day, 5 hours a day. 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 15 hours a week.
Now multiply 15 hours per week by $7 an hour. That's $105 a week. So I'll make $420 in a month. That'll do it.
Alex should become a wonderful apprentice painter. He's had enough money to replace the carpet and the necessary supplies to repaint his room. He didn't know how to trim the carpet by himself, so he let his father help him. Alex repainted his room all by himself, taking all the necessary precautions, of course.
Your room looks lovely, Alex. I like the way the colors all go together.
I wasn't really thinking about it, but I guess you're right. I'm proud of the way to responsibility for a mistake, son. I guess I learned my lesson. Haste makes waste.
Now you pay for the carpet and paint. Are you doing it for the job, Alex?
No way. I like having my own money. I'll have to quit in September when school starts again, but I think Mrs. Wright will hire me again next summer. I think she needs me to help her in the summer months, and she says she's happy with my work. As I said with Jeff, you really gotta learn from your mistakes. You've turned pain into profit.
Okay, this is Middle Ridge Elementary School, and they're going to be presenting Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. Hi, I'm Daddy Bear.
Hi, I'm Mommy Bear, and this is Baby Bear.
The 3 bears love to eat porridge every morning.
I made hot porridge. I put some berries in it today. It smells nice, doesn't it? It smells delicious. It smells delicious. Can I have my drink?
But their porridge was too hot to eat this morning.
The porridge is hot today.
We should go for a walk. It'll be cool by the time we get back.
Great idea, Daddy. Let's go.
A little girl called Goldilocks was out walking by too.
What in the world are you caught?
Goldilocks went inside the 3 bears' cottage.
What is smell? What's that? It looks delicious.
Goldilocks tasted Daddy Bear's porridge.
Ouch! This is much too hot.
Goldilocks tasted Mommy Bear's porridge.
Yuck! This is much too cold.
And finally she tasted Baby Bear's porridge.
Yum! This is just right.
Goldilocks was so hungry that she ate all of the 3 bears' porridge.
I think I'll take a rest now.
Goldilocks went to go take a sit down. She sat in Daddy Bear's chair.
This is much too hard.
She sat in Mommy Bear's chair.
This is much too soft.
And finally she sat down in Baby Bear's chair.
This is just right.
But Goldilocks was too big and the chair broke.
Ouch! Oops! I think the chair is broken.
Goldilocks went upstairs. Goldilocks tried Daddy Bear's bed.
This is much too hard.
Goldilocks tried Mommy Bear's bed.
This is much too soft.
And finally Goldilocks tried Baby Bear's bed.
This is just right.
Goldilocks was so tired that she fell fast asleep. Finally, the 3 bears came back from their walk.
I'm so hungry.
Grr, someone's been eating my porridge.
Ah! Someone's been eating my porridge. Someone's been eating my porridge, and they ate
This is Oak Hill Elementary School, and they are presenting Three Billy Goats Gruff.
Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats. They went to the hillside to make themselves fat. All 3 of the names were all gruff. On the way up was a bridge, and under the bridge lived a great ugly troll with eyes as big as saucers and a nose as long as a pumpkin. The littlest billy goat Gruff was the first to cross the bridge. Chip, chat, chip, chat.
Who's that tripping over my bridge?
Oh, it's only the tiniest billy goat Gruff. I'm going up to the hillside and make myself fat, said the tiniest billy goat Gruff in a small voice.
Well, I'm coming to gobble you up.
Oh no, please don't take me, small as I am. Take the second billy goat Gruff. He's much bigger.
Let me on with you.
Just then came the second billy goat Gruff. Chip, chat, chip, chat, chip, chat.
Who's that tripping over my bridge?
Oh, it's just me, the second billy goat Gruff. I'm going to the hillside and make myself fat, said the second billy goat Gruff in his not so small voice.
Well, I'm coming to gobble you up.
Oh, don't take me. Take the third billy goat Gruff. He is much bigger than he is.
Let me on with you.
Just then came the third billy goat Gruff. Chip, chat, chip, chat, chip, chat, chip, chat.
Who's that tripping over my bridge?
It's me, the third billy goat Gruff, said the third billy goat Gruff in his loud voice.
Well, I'm coming to gobble you up.
Come on, I got 2 spears, I'll poke your eyeballs up 3 years. Because I got 2 flat stones, I'll crush your body and bone.
That's what the third billy goat said. That's what the third billy goat did. And after that, he went up to the hillside. There, the 3 billy goats got so fat they could barely walk home again. And the fat hadn't fallen off of them while they were still fat. And so, snip, snap, snap, the tales told out.
This is Porterdale Elementary School presenting Teen Wolf in the Forest.
Have you heard of the story Little Red Riding Hood? Yeah, I've heard of that one. There's a girl with a red-headed cloak and a big bad boy. Hey, you, over here. Who? Me? Yes, you. Do you see her? See who? You know, that girl with the red hooded cape. No, I haven't seen anybody. Oh, sure. You think it's safe for me to get out? Sure, there's no one here. Why are you so afraid? It's a long story. I have time. Come, let's sit. You want a drink? No, I'm fine. So, what's bothering you? You see this place? Yes, it's beautiful. Well, this forest used to be my home. I used to live here and I loved it so much. I've always tried to keep it clean. I don't see anything wrong with it clean. It looks like me. One beautiful sunny day while I was picking up all the trash left by some people, I heard footsteps, just like when you were coming a short while ago. And what happened? I hid behind a tree. Then I saw this little girl coming. Oh, she seemed like a very nice girl. I mean, just like an angel. She had this pretty red dress on and a red green cape. I don't think she wanted anybody to see her. Why do you say that? Because she was also covering her head. Anyway, she seemed like a very nice girl. Do you mean she was not nice? Can you please let me finish? Okay, go on. Well, as I told you before, this forest used to be my home. And I've always tried to keep it clean. I also watered the trees, you know, and the flowers. Oh, my beautiful flowers! And what happened? Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw her putting my flowers, because they were my flowers, you know, putting them in a basket. I was so angry. I don't get why you get angry. Please tell me. How would you feel if somebody came into your home and took your flowers? I can see that I can see your pain. So what did you do about it? Well, naturally, I had to investigate. I asked her who she was, where she came from, where was he going. And what did she say? She didn't say anything. She just started to sing and dance. She looked so ridiculous. Jumping here, jumping there. So? Well, finally, she says. At first, I asked her where was he going, and she said she was going to see her grandma. Then I asked her about the flowers, and she said her grandmother was sick and the flowers would cheer her up. At first, I thought she was kind and honest. But then, do you know what she did? No, what did she do? She picked up a stone and threw it at that hopeless little squirrel over there. I was so angry. This is where all the animals live. This is their home. Do you know what I mean? Do you?
Yes, I can see you're very concerned about the animals as well.
So, as soon as she left, I went to see her grandma.
How could you?
Somebody had to tell her what her granddaughter did.
Okay, what did you tell her?
I told her about the flowers and a hopeless little animal. And she agreed with me. Her granddaughter needed a lesson, so we made a plan. She told me she was going to hide in her closet. She even told me to put her clothes on, because we were going to scare her.
From what you just told me, I don't think she's the kind of girl who gets scared.
And you're right. As soon as he came into the room, she insulted me. At first, I tried to be nice, but then she told me that I had big ears. I mean, how would you feel if somebody came into your house and told you that you had big ears?
But it's true. You have big ears.
Well, anyway, I told her that I could see her better with my big ears. Then, she told me that I had big eyes, so I told her that I could see her better with my big eyes. But what really insulted me was when she told me that I had big teeth. I mean, how would you feel if somebody told you that you had big teeth?
I don't think there was a reason to get mad.
Because you don't know me. I don't like having big teeth. I even went to see a dentist about it, but he couldn't do anything to fix them. So I have ugly teeth. So I got up and told her I was going to eat her with my big, ugly teeth.
Well, you didn't mean it.
Of course I didn't mean it. I was mad. So I started chasing her around the room, and she started yelling and yelling and yelling. I tried to calm her down, but the more I tried, the more she yelled. But then, suddenly, a woodcutter came inside with a big axe.
Oh, that must have been scary.
It was! I mean, I just jumped out the window and escaped. Now everybody thinks that I'm a bad one. That's not true. I mean, she started all this.
Yes, and I believe you.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Wait, where are you going?
Stay away from her. That's the only advice I can give you. I mean, see?
I don't remember this happening in the story. You mean the big bad wolf is your dad? So little inviting her doesn't sound good? Yeah, I did.
What's happening?
We've been looking for you.
Now that I remember, you're that woodcutter.
Yes, I am. Is this the same wolf who came to your house, locked you in your closet and tried to eat your granddaughter?
What the world, Grandma? What? No. I'm telling you, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Yeah, right. What a horrible nightmare. You have to stop in pork chops before going to bed.
Our third grade students for poetry recitation are coming to the stage now. We will present each child with a certificate and a ribbon, and then we will announce a second place winner and the first place winner. Nakiriana Brown from Fairview Elementary School. Come on. Briley Aller from Herd Mixon. You're welcomed. Hayden Goforth from Live Oak Elementary School. Julia Bratton from Mansfield Elementary School. Ariel Shy from Middle Ridge Elementary School. Will Franklin from the Newton County Theme School. Naya Maddox from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Nicholas Peter from Porterdale Elementary School. Asul Garci from Rocky Plains Elementary School. You're welcome. Lorena Velasquez from West Newton Elementary School. You're welcome. Our runner-up, Miss Briley Aller. And Briley will get this ribbon. Thank you. You're welcome. And our first place recipient for poetry recitation for third grade is Will Franklin. Thank you. This is the fourth grade poetry recitation. Priscilla Figueroa. Anthony Miller from Herd Mixon. Samari Branch from Live Oak. You're from Livingston? Okay, so let us keep that so we'll get that corrected for you, okay? Markel Francis from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. Eric Vargas from the Newton County Theme School. You're welcome. Fernande Malay from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcomed. Jordan Bouchard from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcomed. Memphis Hughes from Rocky Plains Elementary School. You're welcome. And today's your birthday. I just saw what that read. Well, happy birthday to you. You're welcome. Nadina Reed from West Newton Elementary School. You're welcome. Our runner-up is Jordan Bouchard from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. And our first place recipient is Anthony Miller. You're welcome. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Our fifth grade students are now coming to the stage. From Fairview Elementary School, Iviana Alguin, Olging. Aubrey Norton from Herd Mixon Elementary School. Kenneth Briggs from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Clarkston Lowe from Livingston Elementary School. You're welcome. Madeline Jones from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Sam Gourlay from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome, Sam. Megan McElhaney from the Newton County Theme School. You're welcome, Megan. Dinah Stephen from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Oscar Latorre Ardone from Porterdale Elementary School. Arden, I'm sorry, I'll get it right eventually. You're welcome. Madison Stovall from Rocky Plains Elementary School. You're welcome. And Rosa Abraham from West Newton Elementary School. Our runner-up is Aubrey Norton Uh-oh, I'm about to give the wrong thing, man. There you go. Congratulations. And our winner is Madeline Jones. Congratulations, Madeline. So we're going to begin with the students who participated in the third grade Ready Writing Contest. From East Newton Elementary School, Kyra Stewart. Is it Kira? Kira Stewart. Here you go. You're welcome, Kira. From Fairview Elementary School, Sky Topekis. Is that right? Okay, that's Sky Topekis. Brianna Maffitt from Live Oak Elementary School. Huh? It's Livingston? Okay, all right. We'll get it to you, Brianna, okay? She's actually from Livingston Elementary School. Trip Swords from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome, Trip. Victoria Hernandez from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. Logan Knight from the Newton County Theme School. Joliana Santil from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. Olivia Davis from South Salem Elementary School. You're welcome. Liam Boardman from West Newton Elementary School. You're welcome. Our runner-up is Logan Knight from the Newton County Theme School. There you go. And our winner is Trip Swords from Mansfield Elementary School. Trip, congratulations. Fourth grade Ready Writing Contest from East Newton Elementary School, Jalea Bearfield. That's not how you spell your name? Okay. Jalea. She's going to correct it. Aaliyah Mason from Fairview Elementary School. You're welcome. Taylor Johnson from Livingston Elementary School. Kamora Belcher from Middle Ridge Elementary School. Kamora? You're not Kamora? Oh, she's not here. Okay. Ryan Graves from the Newton County Theme School. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Preston Witcher from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Jayla Marist from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. Ethan Armendariz from South Salem Elementary School. Thank you. Yeah. Israel Bynum from West Newton Elementary School. Is there an error on your certificate? Oh, okay. Our runner-up is Jayla Maris from Porterdale Elementary School. Congratulations. And our winner is Ryan Graves from the Newton County Theme School. You're welcome. These are our fifth grade Ready Writing Contest students from East Newton Elementary School, Aubrey Digby. You're welcome. Cecilia Harris from Fairview Elementary School. You're welcome. Cassandra Lawson from Herd Mixon Elementary School. Clarkston Lowe from Livingston Elementary School. You're welcome. Aubrey Burton from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Erica Jones Washington from Middle Ridge Elementary School. Kayla Fendrick from the Newton County Theme School. Oh, I'm sorry, Kaylee Fendrick from the Theme School. Caitlin Goodwin from Oak Hill Elementary School. I'm sorry, Goodman. Okay, Caitlin Goodman from Oak Hill Elementary School. Well, you get with Dr. Dozier and explain to her how to write it. Okay, now come here, sweetie. She's going to tell her how to spell it. Rachel Grace St. Till from Porterdale Elementary School. Allie Danilchuk from South Salem Elementary School. You're welcome. Jenny Andrade from West Newton Elementary School. Is what? Okay, Jenny Andrade. Our runner-up is Erica Jones Washington from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. And our winner is Caitlin Goodman from Oak Hill Elementary School. Very good. Kenneth Briggs from Live Oak Elementary School. This is the drama contest. You're welcome. Tarion Brown from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Brianna Dennis from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Journey Hall Cooley from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Samuel Holder from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Nia Mickens Mills from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Antoine Porter from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Kanasia Richardson from Live Oak Elementary School. Kanasia, okay, Kanasia Richardson. Madison Stubbs from Live Oak Elementary School. You're welcome. Christian Wilson from Live Oak Elementary School. Moving on to Mansfield Elementary School, Levi Adams. Aubrey Burton from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Alex Johnson from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Heidi Parrish from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Natalie Phillips from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcome. Ian Pollard from Mansfield Elementary School. You're welcomed. Moving on to Middle Ridge Elementary School, Sierra Carter Moore. You're welcome. Brooklyn Goss from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. Jada Hunter from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. Asaya McKissick from Middle Ridge Elementary School. Ziana Robinson from Middle Ridge Elementary School. You're welcome. Kaylin King from Oak Hill Elementary School. Kendall Lee from Oak Hill Elementary School. Sydney Mills from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Kennedy Moody from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Alexis Stephen from Oak Hill Elementary School. You're welcome. Kamora Thomas from Oak Hill Elementary School. Jayla Brown from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. Caden Clark from Porterdale Elementary School. Jordan DeVoe from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. Jordan Dial from Porterdale Elementary School. Cameron Frederick from Porterdale Elementary School. You're welcome. And Oscar LaTorre Arden from Porterdale Elementary School. I still didn't get it right. You're welcome. I got it right that time. Oh. Okay. Well, we're going to announce the runner-up there. We don't give a ribbon for a runner-up for the drama contest for the runner-up, but the runner-up was Live Oak Elementary School. And our winner, Mansfield Elementary School. So, Mansfield. There you go, congratulations.